I always thought that there was this separation between the rich or people who are just well off versus us, our family. It was just difficult seeing that we wouldn't be able to pay the bills sometimes, or if we wanted to eat somewhere, my mom would have to cut back. There were many nights where I felt so frustrated in wanting to help them out, but I couldn't. That's when I wanted to make that change and really just dedicate a part of my life to being able to help them out as well. My name is Brian Jung. I'm 25 years old. I make about $3.7 million a year, and I live in Rockville, Maryland. My parents moved here from South Korea and immigrated here during the 1990s. One of the things that I grew up seeing as a kid was really just how hard my parents worked. My mom initially worked in a hair salon. Now she actually has a job at the post office. My father, when he first immigrated to the US, he actually had a job in the flooring space. So he worked on installing hardwood floors throughout a majority of his life. There were countless moments where I would choose to, instead of going to a rugby game, sometimes opt to even go help him with work. Back when I was playing rugby, there was a point where I dislocated my shoulder so many times that I needed surgery. My mom was not in a position where she could afford that surgery. She actually took out such a long-term loan where she ended up having to pay small amounts of it for a very long time in order to pay that back. It was times like that where I saw my parents and their love for me as their son really shining through, and I always made a commitment to myself since the beginning. No matter what happens, I'll always be making sure that my parents could get taken care of. I would be nowhere without my family, and regardless of how hard it was in the beginning, a lot of what I've done is because of them. There was a pivotal moment in my life where I had to tell my parents, hey guys, I know you worked really hard and I know like how scary this is gonna be, but I'm not gonna finish school. I'm going to pursue business. They were a little taken back. Many business owners that they know do not do well. I spend about $2,500 a month on groceries, restaurants, and just overall eating. I do like to eat out quite a bit. I told myself as soon as I was able to create a little bit of money for myself, food is never something that I was gonna cheap out on. I spend about $250 a month on my water. I get my water custom delivered. So the reason why I believe water is so important is because when we have purified water or water that is just coming from the pipes, it doesn't oftentimes have the full array of nutrients that you need. Spring water is actually shown to have its minerals, its sodium, its nutrients, its potassium, a lot more in it, and it's just been a better experience. So I currently live by myself, and then for two of the other bedrooms, I've turned one into my office studio, and the other one is just a general office where I like to do work, and then third bedroom is my own bedroom. So growing up, I loved cars. I loved watching it. I loved playing video games and really just getting into the car world. Now that I've finally been able to make some money, I've been buying the cars that I've wanted and also treating it as an investment as well. I have a 2019 Toyota Tacoma. This is something that I actually gave to my parents for them to use full time. I also have an Audi RS7 2021. I put in a lot of upgrades into this vehicle, and it was actually one of my dream cars that I've wanted my entire life. And the third vehicle that I recently picked up is a 2021 Lamborghini Huracan. I really like being able to provide my parents some gifts. So recently I purchased my dad an Omega Seamaster. I also bought my mom a Rolex Oyster Perpetual. And then I also gave them both $30,000 in checks throughout the holiday season.
Thank you, my son.
YouTube was never something I thought could be sustainable. There were multiple times where I wanted to quit YouTube and I thought I'd be finished.
I hope you guys have all been doing well. In this episode, we're gonna be doing a little market update.
I initially started off by making videos on credit cards. As soon as I was able to get some views with the credit card content, that rolled into me getting an audience. Then I had my first 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is a monumental moment. I think even getting my first 10,000 subscribers was crazier than me getting my million subscribers, just because at that time, I never had any plans of being a YouTuber. So shortly after that, we started to do stimulus check content during the peak of this pandemic.
Anything with regards to the stimulus check.
And my channel was actually able to get number 13 trending on the YouTube trending page. And ultimately that led to me being in a position where I started to stream the AMC and GameStop live streams. It was just a fantastic time because that is when I started to really experience growth. When my channel started to pick up, that is similarly when crypto started to have its bull run. Bitcoin was nearing its all-time high and I actually had some crypto videos that also went viral. Googled someone's bank account that had $100,000 in it, and I taped it right here. My goal, which was like in 2020, I wanted $100,000 in my bank account. When it comes to travel, food, and entertainment, I really don't spend too much money on them. A lot of it ends up getting classified as business expenses because most of my travel is usually for conferences or meeting up with other creators to do collaborations. So in terms of my investments, I actually have an array of angel investments. Up to date, I believe about 15 to 20 angel investments I've made within the last year. I'm also a co-owner in a restaurant for one of the first Japanese barbecue spots in the state of Maryland. And the reason for this investment is because I was initially a huge fan of the food and I've always wanted to diversify my investment portfolio. I also have an immense crypto portfolio and an NFT collection. One of my NFTs is currently worth over $400,000. Some of my goals moving forward is to just continue creating financial stability. I also really want to bring up the greater DMV area within Maryland. I want to bring up my community because there are tremendously amazing people around here. So I want to keep building. I want to have an entire company where I can continue feeding other people, supporting others, allowing them to do something that they want to passionately do. And I just want to create a future generation for my family where no one has to worry about money again.
It's amazing. He always loved the family, always thinking about the parents. So I'm really proud of him.
It was very challenging for me at times. It was really difficult. I went through some extremely dark moments in my life. So I never really thought that I could achieve any of this. I think for anyone who's watching this and you may be feeling like you're in a rut, you don't know what you want to do with your life, I'm telling you, you can achieve anything as long as you put your head to it.